the legendary 88mm, precision, power, and myth. The German 88mm Flak, or simply the 88, ranks among the most iconic and feared weapons of the Second World War. It was more than just an anti-aircraft gun. It symbolized technological superiority, battlefield versatility, and deadly precision. Whether defending the skies, destroying tanks, or supporting artillery roles, the 88 helped define modern warfare like few other weapons systems. Origins and secret development. The 88 story began shortly after the First World War. The Treaty of Versailles imposed severe restrictions on Germany, including a ban on developing large-caliber weapons. Still, behind the scenes, German firms like Krupp AG and Rheinmetall were quietly working on modern anti-aircraft gun concepts. In cooperation with the Swedish company Bofors, they found ways to sidestep the arms limitations and continue weapons development. The first prototypes, known as the Flak 18, were tested starting in 1928. Mounted on a cruciform carriage, the weapon could be traversed a full 360 degrees. The standout feature, an automatic shell ejection and reload system, a technical innovation that improved both ease of use and rate of fire. Though the gun weighed several tons, it was mounted on mobile axles that could be lowered to create a stable firing position. In the hands of a well-trained crew, the Flak could deliver up to 20 rounds per minute. An impressive rate for a gun of that size. First deployments and improvements. After the Nazis came to power in 1933, full-scale production began. Early versions saw action in the Spanish Civil War, where they proved extremely effective. Not just against aircraft, but also against ground targets like tanks and bunkers. Based on this experience, improved models like the Flak 36 and Flak 37 were introduced. The Flak 36 featured a two-piece barrel, which made it easier to replace worn liners in the field. The Flak 37 incorporated improved targeting instruments, enhancing coordination with centralized fire control systems. Technical capabilities, why the 88 was feared. The 88 had a caliber of 88mm, a muzzle velocity of up to 1,000 meters per second, and a ground range of more than 15 kilometers. Its high-explosive shells could reach over 10,600 meters in altitude, while its armor-piercing rounds could destroy tanks at ranges exceeding 2 kilometers. One of its most impressive features was its fire control. A typical Flak battery included 4 guns, all linked to a central fire control director or Würzburg radar. This setup enabled synchronized, highly accurate targeting, a nightmare for enemy forces. The standard shells, roughly 17-pound high-explosive rounds, fragmented into over 1,500 pieces, devastating everything within a 200-meter radius. More than 19 different ammunition types were developed, including armor-piercing shells with delayed fuses and shaped charge rounds that used chemical energy to burn through even thick armor. Anti-aircraft role, fire in the sky. During the Battle of Britain in 1940, the 88 played a key role in Germany's air defense. Strategically placed Flak batteries targeted British bomber formations with deadly efficiency. The exploding shells created distinctive black clouds in the sky, clear warnings for Allied pilots. You're flying through Flak. The 88 could be fitted with either barometric proximity fuses or time delay fuses, both designed to detonate at the exact altitude of incoming aircraft, ensuring maximum damage. Despite its power, even the 88 couldn't fully stem the Allied bombing campaigns that intensified from 1943 onward. Still, for many German soldiers and civilians, it remained a symbol of last-ditch defense and resilience. Anti-tank role. Precision turns deadly. The 88 became especially feared as a tank killer. In the 1940 invasion of France, German commanders successfully used it against heavily armored British Matilda tanks. In North Africa, under General Erwin Rommel, it became the most effective weapon against Allied armored units, thanks to its long range, accuracy, and penetrating power. On the Eastern Front, it proved vital in combating Soviet T-34 and KV-1 tanks. Conventional anti-tank guns like the Pa-36 and Pa-38 often failed against Soviet armor, but the 8.8 easily pierced it, able to penetrate up to 100 millimeters of armor at ranges beyond 1.5 kilometers. During the Battle of Dubno in 1941, German Flak units reportedly destroyed dozens of Soviet tanks in a matter of hours. However, from 1943 onward, the tide turned. The upgraded T-34-85 featured enhanced frontal armor, and the massive IS-2 heavy tank had up to 120 millimeters of armor plating. The 8.8 now required precise hits on known weak spots. At the same time, its large profile and weight became liabilities. The gun lacked the mobility to adapt quickly in fast-changing battlefield conditions. The 8.8 on tracks, Tigers and tank hunters. To compensate for mobility issues, the 8.8 was adapted for use on tanks. The KWK-36, a tank-mounted variant, was installed in the legendary Tiger I. Though ballistics were nearly identical to the towed Flak version, modifications included a one-piece barrel, vertical breech block, and a muzzle brake to reduce recoil. With 92 rounds stored on board, the Tiger's gun often achieved one-shot, one-kill results against Allied armor. Starting in 1943, the dedicated Pa-43 entered service, a high-pressure, long-barreled version of the 8.8 optimized for tank combat. It was installed in vehicles like the Tiger II, Ferdinand/Elephant, Nashorn, and Jagdpanther. The Jagdpanther, for example, was fast, well-armored, and armed with the powerful Pak-43, a true tank killer that earned fear and respect across all fronts. The Pa-43 could engage targets at up to 15,150 meters and was even used as a field artillery piece. Its semi-automatic breech, high rate of fire, and full 360-degree traverse made it one of the most effective anti-tank guns of the war. Comparison with Allied weapons. Technically, both the United States and Britain had comparable anti-aircraft guns, the 90mm M3 and 94mm QF, respectively. On paper, they could fire higher and heavier shells. However, unlike the versatile German approach, the Allies generally limited these guns to air defense roles. Germany's decision to adapt the 8.8 for multiple uses, air, armor, and ground support, reflected its innovative and pragmatic doctrine, a factor that helped cement the gun's legendary status. Legacy. The 80.8 Flak was a weapon born out of the restrictions of Versailles and evolved into a symbol of German wartime engineering. It combined firepower, precision, and adaptability in a single platform, and its influence extended into the post-war era of artillery and anti-tank design. Was it the best weapon of the Second World War? Maybe. But there's no doubt that its legacy as the legendary cannon lives on, preserved in films, museums, and the collective memory of military history. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about legendary weapons and historic engineering, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.